Yeah, so hi everyone. For our group, for you personally, we plan to do the customer validation via two methods. And the first is through interviews, whereby we'll be interviewing 5 personas. So it consists of one housewife, two university students, one working adult, and an individual who cannot cook. So we'll be asking them a few questions, and we hope that by interviewing them, we'll be able to get some insight from the interview. And next, we will also conduct surveys, but surveys is through Google Form, whereby we will prepare some questions, and it's mostly targeted towards end users, whereby we will ask them about which features that they might want to be included inside the app. So in total, there will be 5 people that we'll be interviewing. For working adults, it will be Mr. Calvin. And for university students, there are 2 persons. The first is Miss Gillian, and the second is Miss Phoebe. Whereas for housewife, we will interview Miss Anna. And lastly, for the individual with limited cooking skills, we will interview Miss Alista. And later, my teammates will explain the results of those interviews as well as the results of the survey.
Next, we're talking about the success criteria for the surveys and the interviews that we have conducted. So, from the data we have collected from the surveys, you can see approximately 60%, 61 percentage of the respondents are interested in food-related contents for just casual purposes, and almost 65% of them would like to interact with the food contents um, several times for a week. Is their behavior. Next, you can see the majorities of the respondents find that it is hard to decide on the recipe to cook, and they are thinking of too limited time to cook. The respondents are also interested in using an app to learn cooking recipes as compared to the food ordering app like the Foodpanda and the GrabFood, as they are looking for recipe but not the food. So next one, you can see around 92.3% of the respondents think that it can help them to save time in deciding about the food recipes as well as making them more efficient when cooking via the app that we are going to do. And lastly, for the behavior, 84.7% of the respondents are likely to use this food social app if it is developed. So, for the features that we have collected in the surveys, so the first one will be the artificial intelligence AI with the provided that this AI can help with food recognition, and together with we can see the respondents would like to see social interaction, search engine for a food recipe, and presence of the food bloggers or chefs that are sharing their recipes. Then for the premium contents, we require some fees. So 70%, around 70% of the users are agree or neutral with these premium features as it required the users to pay for it. Continue with the data collected from the interview session. So for the features, the interviewees basically thinking about what they want from the app is the first one, decision making on food based on the condition provided by the users. Next is the step-by-step cooking guidelines with clear instruction, and both text and video guidelines are provided to the users. Then we have proposed about the sell and delivery services, which are most likely like e-commerce app, and which provide the users a platform to sell their own food, which homemade. And all the interviewees are all agree with that since it can generate some side income. And like, there's a features recommended by interviewee, which is the nearby shop recommendation, where the users can purchase the cooking ingredients for preparation. The last one is the AI integration. For the AI, they would like to see the AI can help them in cooking guidelines via voice message or maybe videos. And next one is the food recommendation for diversity and the variety of food. So for the premium contents by the interviewees, the first one is they would like to see variety and diversity of the food suggestions. Maybe it's like the food from all over the world with different culture and different tastes. Next is the time managing feature for cooking, and following by the voice control guidance while cooking and the advanced recipe recommendations. So besides that, you can see the interviewer also oppose an idea which that the personalized meal planning and the live Q&A session with professional chefs should be included in the premium content to make the premium contents which need subscription more worthy. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer. So today I will be presenting the key insights from our interview with Mrs. Anna, a housewife. So these are some of the key findings from the interview. The first one is budgeting. Mrs. Anna value practically and efficiency in her daily cooking routine because staying within budget is a top priority for her. The next key finding is food options. Mrs. Anna mentioned that it is easy to find plenty of food options in her area, so finding various types of food is not an issue for her. Next, we have menu planning and limited time, which are the main challenges for her because she said she often faces difficulties in planning menus due to different family preferences and limited time. Another key finding is earning potential. She is interested in using the app to sell her sambal products for extra income. She also shared her desired features for an app, which she mentioned she prefers an app with voice activated recipes such as AI recommendation, weekly menu ideas, and step by step cooking guides. She also mentioned that social interaction within the app is interesting. She values sharing and discovering recipes with others. Lastly, she suggested ingredient shopping. A feature to recommend nearby ingredient shops would be highly beneficial for her as a housewife. So overall, we can conclude that Mrs. Anna emphasizes the need for an app that simplifies meal preparation, provides budget-friendly solutions, and fosters social interaction and earning opportunities. This finding will guide us in designing an app that meets these expectations. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Levania and I will share the key findings from my interview with Miss Phoebe, a university student at UIT MKK. Phoebe faces challenges with cooking and meal planning. Living in a college dorm with limited kitchen access, she often has to wait for her turn to use the kitchen. As a busy student, she finds preparing ingredients very time-consuming. Plus, she also struggles with cooking due to her lack of skills. Deciding on what to cook and order is another problem for her. Sometimes she spends hours on these decisions. She usually orders food via Foodpanda and Grab, but the delivery fees are too high sometimes, and she couldn't afford the food she wants. Despite these challenges, Phoebe is open to use an app to make cooking and meal planning easier for her. She would find an app with AI-powered recommendations helpful, suggesting recipes based on her available ingredients and preferences. She also values easy-to-find ingredients in recipes, which would save her time and also money. Phoebe believes voice guidance during cooking would be incredibly useful, allowing her to follow instructions hands-free and keep the process efficient. She is willing to pay for premium features like voice control to navigate recipe steps without touching a phone and a time management tool to help her stay organized and track cooking times. When it comes to preferences in recipes and meal planning, Phoebe prefers recipes that use ingredients she already has at home and would appreciate having these recipes available in both video and text formats. She values quick budget-friendly meals, which are especially important for students like her who have limited time and financial resources. Another feature she would find helpful is recipes that provide clear allergen warnings, as Phoebe has an egg allergy. Accurate measurements including teaspoons and tablespoons as well as guidance on the necessary utensils also help boost her confidence while cooking. In conclusion, Phoebe is looking for a cooking app that addresses her time and budget concerns, offering personalized, quick recipes with time-saving features like voice guidance and time management.
Today, I was sharing the key insight for an interview with Miss Julian, a university student, about her cooking habit, preference, and thought of cooking apps. Let's dive into the finding. First, Miss Julia rarely cooks her own meals. The main reason are time constraints and a lack of cooking skill. Like many students, she faced challenges balancing her academic workload with meal preparation. Miss Julia expressed trust in AI-powered feature. She found functionality like voice-guided cooking and image-based ingredient recognition very appealing as they can simplify the cooking process and save time. When it comes to eating, Miss Julia prefers eating out. She will eat as a time-saving option that fits her busy lifestyle. Additionally, she's particularly interested in quick meals that are easy to prepare and ideal for students on tight schedule. Another important finding is her interest in grocery delivery. She sees it as a convenient way to save time and avoid trips to the store, make it a useful feature for students. Miss Julia highlights several features she would like to see in the cooking apps. First is step-by-step instruction to guide her through the cooking process. Second is personalized recipe recommendation to reduce the effort of searching for recipe. Third is budget-friendly recipe, especially crucial for students and low-income individuals. Fourth is meal planning and calorie tracking for those who are health conscious of dieting. Fifth is ingredient-based suggestion, which help to reduce the food waste and simplify meal decision. Interestingly, Miss Julia proposed a unique idea for the apps to stand out, such as incorporating engaging AI personalities such as handsome guys or pretty girls to make the apps more entertaining, and also adding multilingual voice guidance to cater to the diverse user, especially to younger generation.
Hi, I'm Elvina. So, in this interview with Miss Alista, a secondary school student with limited cooking skills, we gained several valuable insights into her cooking habits and challenges. So, Miss Alista shared that she rarely cooks and often relying on ordering outside food or consuming leftovers. Her main struggles include complicated and unclear recipes, tight budgets, limited time to cook, especially after school, and a lack of cooking skills. She also struggles with deciding what to cook. Interestingly, Miss Alista expressed a willingness to trust AI generated recipes recommendations provided by our app. She believes that AI could offer her new and creative cooking ideas, which will make the cooking process easier and more enjoyable for her. When discussing about app features, Ms. Alista highlighted a few key features she would find useful, such as ingredient-based recipe search, where the recipes can be searched through ingredients or by categories. She also expressed interest in AI camera function that would scan ingredients and suggest recipes based on what she has available at home, and also a quick recipes section for fast and easy meals ideas. So in addition, she also want to have an advanced features such as advanced AI personalized meal planning, step-by-step cooking video instructions for better cooking guidance, and exclusive recipes with professional chef advice, for example, live Q&A sessions. Miss Alista also mentioned that she will use the app regularly if it helps save her time cooking, reduce costs, and improve her cooking skills. Additionally, she would likely recommend it to her friends, especially those who share similar cooking challenges.
So lastly is the key finding with the interview with Mr. Kelvin, which is a working adult. So from the interview, we found out that his cooking habits is that he only cook occasionally due to having limited time in cooking. The challenge that he's faced in his daily life is that he only have limited time to cook after he's finished his working, and he is having a hard time to make decisions for everyday cooking tasks. He is also find out that he is unable to come up with a recipe with all the remaining ingredients in his refrigerator. So his idea on the AI search engine is that he hopes that the AI search engine will be beneficial for the user, especially in assisting with those special dishes. He also thinks that the AI should be able to generate the suitable recipe together with their video and tutorials with the items that he wants. His opinions on the selling and delivery service that the apps provide is that it is beneficial for the user that want to look for extra side income, and also provide a low risk experience for the users to try out the F&B industry before they want to proceed with the physical retailer store. Lastly, he suggested that the premium features should provide some extra variety and diversity of food from all around the world, and his hope that with the premium feature, he is able to come with extra discount or promotion with it.
So, in conclusion, by looking at those five interviewees, we can see that um, all of them have different problems, as well as they suggested different solutions to their problems. And we can see through our problems and solutions when we do the link canvas, it is all validated through our interviewees, because the main problem from our link canvas is that most of our customers might have limited time to cook, as well as limited budget, and lastly is not having an idea of what to cook. So all of these three problems has been validated by all of our interviewees. So to be more specific, let's look at university students. Their main problem is two, which is time and budget. Because as university students, we are busy with our assignments, as well as having a limited budget due to us not working yet. So it's important for AI to suggest quick and budget-friendly meal and recipes, so that students are able to cook quickly with the budget that they have, which are usually not that much. Yeah. So as for working adults, they have the budget because they work. They start to work. But because of their work, they find that they have limited time to cook. So it is easier for them to let the app to make decisions on what to cook for them, so that it can save their time on deciding what to cook. So that is where our app comes in to play, whereby we can use AI to suggest food recipes based on the preference of the working adults. Whereas for housewife, her main problem is that she needs to cook something that caters to her family members. And that is why our app will give her the decisions that will help her to make the decisions that she needs for her family, so that she'll be able to cook um, things or cook some food that caters especially to her family members. And lastly, for any individual with limited cooking skills, the main function of our app to help them is that we'll be able to give them suggestions on what to cook. Because usually, if you look at the Javelin board, the individual with limited cooking sets say that the main problem that they face is there is unclear recipe instructions. And what we hope to do through our app is that we will be able to give them very clear recipe instructions for a specific food. And it will be added with AI to help ease the cooking process. And it will be easier for them if they do premium subscription, because our premium subscription involves having voice guideline whereby our app will use the voice to slowly and step by step guide the users or our customers on how to cook the the food that they want. And one key insight that we realize that is prevalent in most of our interviewees is that they actually prefer voice guidelines on how to cook, whereby because usually we look at recipes or look at videos online on how to cook, but when we cook, it will be better if there's a voice that is able to guide us on the steps on what to cook from step one until the final step. So that is a new insight that we gain from interviewing all of our personas. And so that is what we learned so far. So thank you. And the next step that we will do is that we will make a prototype for our app. And if possible, we will continue to seek feedbacks and suggestions from our interviewees. And hopefully, we are able to adapt and improve our app slowly, one by one, through the feedbacks from our interviewees. So thank you.